Hello, it's Ash and welcome back to my channel. Now welcome into this stretch where we're going to look at trying to fix tight hips and hamstrings. Two common areas for runners to have tightness are those hips and the hamstrings. Now you can use this as a post-run stretch or you can use it as a daily stretch, and I would recommend, if you're going to use it as sort of like a daily stretch, to try and work on your mobility to improve your hips and your hamstring flexibility, I would work on this session maybe 3, possibly 4 times per week, making sure that you sort of got a day of rest in between for your body to allow that little bit of recovery period. So we're going to make a start into a seated position, and we're going to come into a sort of slightly bent knee position, and from here we're going to get up nice and tall through the spine, and then we're going to slowly start to, with the left hand by the side of the hip, we're going to start to just reach down with the right hand down the left leg, and just sort of push into the left hand to help that twist a little bit. And then we're going to go to the other side. So right hand at the side of the right hip, left hand down the right leg, and just push and just reach. Now we should be feeling that as we alternate sides, nice and easy. We should be feeling that in the back of the thighs, so the hamstrings. Now we're keeping that slight bend in the knee so that we take the pressure off flossing the sciatic nerve. We don't want to do that. We don't want to damage the sciatic nerve. So if we're not feeling that, we can straighten the legs a tiny bit. And again, if we're feeling it too much, we can bend the knees more. So there's ways of making it more easier for the body and a little bit more intense. Now we want to check that we're in about a 7 out of 10 intensity stretch. We're getting a bit of a rotation through the upper body as well. But making sure the hand by the side of the hip, you're just pushing into that a little bit to get that reach and push. Again, checking, you should be feeling it right in the belly of the back of that thigh, so right in the middle of that muscle, those muscles. Relax the jaw and the shoulders, and it's almost like we're warming them up a little bit. Or if you've been for a run, we're refreshing them, we're resetting the excitatory and inhibitory impulses which help fire and relax, help activate and relax the muscles. Nice and easy. Breathe. Okay, now from here we're going to take hold of the shins, and we're going to just gently pull on the shins. Again, find a 7 out of 10 stretch by pushing the belly button towards the thighs and lift the chin and chest up nice and tall through the spine. Breathe in. We should have a 7 out of 10 stretch in the hamstrings. If not, you can go to the ankles or possibly the toes. And again, that's not a challenge, that's not a competition. It's depending on where your range of flexibility in your hamstrings is. If it's tight, you might want to be on the shins. Inhale, lift. And then as you exhale, just round and soften slightly. So you're coming down and just relaxing. But you're rounding the spine, but we're relaxing the intensity so much from the hamstrings. We inhale, lifting, really push the belly button towards the thigh, and then exhale, release, breathe out, and round, relax. So we're going into a 7 out of 10 stretch as we breathe in, maybe a 7.5 as a maximum, and then relaxing and maybe going to like a 5 or a 4. Okay, and just breathe and move through that. Have a bit of a smile, which helps change your mood. It helps change the seriousness as well. Don't need to be so serious in our mobility and stretching work. So again, if you're on the toes, you can get that extra toe stretch. But again, making sure that we don't get it in the back of the knee, because that's the sciatic nerve. Some people have the flexibility where they're able to get the toes and pull the toes and not feel it in the back of the knee. As long as you keep your knees bent, you're going to be safe in that back of the knee area. Okay, last one, nice inhale. And then as you exhale, just release. We're going to take the hands backwards. We're going to have a bounce through the calf and the hamstrings. Again, just as a bit of a way to reset, refresh, check in with how they're feeling. Can you feel that sense of light and stretchy niceness kind of feeling? It's like, oh, that feels good. Okay, we're going to place the right ankle area onto the left thigh, so the squishy part of the thigh. Now we're going to start to just reach towards the left the left ankle, sorry, and just again keep a slight bend in that knee, so don't fully lock the leg out. If you've got a cushion or a pillow, you can put that under the knee to help support it a little bit more. And we're going to start to just walk the hands down towards that left ankle, and you're going to feel maybe a stretch down the back of that thigh, but also into that right hip as well. So we're bringing the hip into play now, and maybe if your right elbow rests on that knee at some point, or the inner thigh, you can just open that knee away from the body, so you get into that hip that little bit more. Check that this is a 7 out of 10. So your body might not look like this right now. Your body might be a little bit more like this, more upright, depending on how tight you are. That's fine, as long as you're working within a comfortable range and you're feeling a nice stretch, not like a, oh my God, kind of stretch. I think that's my new skill that I've created and I've sort of stuck with. So it should feel like, ooh, that's nice. So my scale is, ooh, that's nice, rather than a, oh my gosh, that's, oh, I can't breathe, and something's going to snap. So we want, ooh, that feels nice. And then when we get there, we're just going to have a little bit of a pulse with this again, nice and gently. Think about pushing the belly button forward so we're not rounding through the lower back too much. And we're pushing the chest forward as well, so chest and belly button forwards, and we're getting that nice, slow, soothing, dynamic stretch. Relax the jaw and the shoulders and breathe in and out through the nose. Okay, walk the hands backwards now. I'm going to go all the way to the foot, the right foot at the left side of the floor if we can now. We're going to get a little bit deeper into that hip area. So hug the right knee with the left arm and twist and look over the right shoulder at the back. Use the right hand to help the rotation. And now hug that right knee into the left armpit. Find a 7.5 intensity stretch and then release it so it drops to maybe a 4. And then just massage through that. So you hug it in, then release. Keep the spine nice and tall, get that rotation, but just relax the jaw and the shoulders. And we should be feeling that in that right hip, right bum area, maybe on the right outer thigh as well. And depending on how tight your hamstrings are on the left, you might be feeling this a little bit in the left hamstring as well. So just check in with your body. Where do you feel this? Okay, so this next stretch can feel like quite a challenge for some people, especially if you do have tight hips. So what we're going to do now, nice and slowly, this is the left leg straight, we're going to bend that left knee. We're going to try and bring that left foot close towards the right hip. Now, if this is already a challenge, bring your hands backwards. And now what we're going to do is try and bring the knees, and if you're a man, you need to adjust a little bit. Make the space. And then what you're going to try and do is sit the right hip into the floor. Now this is already starting to work my hips. I'm going to try and bring the knees as close together as you comfortably can with the feet resting on the floor. Now we start off back here. Try and keep both hips sitting into the floor. And then if we can walk the hands to the hips. If that's too much, go back. If it's still comfortable, you could go forwards. And again, we're trying to keep both hips sitting down into the floor. And then maybe trying to bring both knees towards being on top of each other. Now we're getting a sway. Again, that gentle sort of dynamic moving. The massage, moving to the left foot, moving to the right foot. So I'm coming back because I was probably pushing a little bit too far. I'm going to come back into a 7 out of 10 range. So you feel that and you go, oh, actually, that's going a bit too far. I'm going to come back. And if you've done those adjustments, if you've made those adjustments throughout this session so far, well done for listening to your body. That's really important, that you don't just follow me blindly. You listen to your body and go, yeah, my body doesn't want to do that. This feels like about a 7 out of 10 for me, so well done. Breathe. Okay, hands backwards, stretch the right leg out and bring the right foot to touch the left foot. Open up the knees nice and wide, bring the heels into the hips and bring the hands around the toes and massage left and right now. So sit into the left bum, right bum, so left glute and then right glute. As we're doing that, we're pushing those knees down and just gently pulling those heels into the hips. Keep the spine nice and tall. Breathe, relax the jaw and the shoulders, have a smile. Well done for being here, working on your body, helping your body function better, caring for your hips and your hamstrings. And like I say, if this is a tight spot for you, regular practice over a consistent period will give you benefits. You will see progress, but you've got to stay consistent with it. Okay, lifting the head and chest, hands backwards. We're going to stretch those legs out nice and long. Again, have a little bit of a wiggle. Notice the after effects. legs. And we're going to bring the left ankle area onto the right thigh now. And we're going to reach again. Hands may come to the side of the hips, get nice and tall. Or we may bring the hands out in front. If we're able to, we can just apply a little bit of pressure to push that knee down. And then we're just massaging, again, really slowly, side to side, forwards and back. Just a really nice dynamic massage with it. Make sure it's comfortable onto the right thigh, the left foot. And just push the belly button towards that front leg, or that left leg that's on the thigh. Again, breathe. Okay, almost there. And lift the head and chest, walk the hands backwards. Now if the left foot can touch the floor, let's do that on the right side. Hug the left knee with the right arm and twist and look over that left shoulder. Just relax the jaw and the shoulders, breathe. And just use that left hand to help the rotation a little bit. Again, check, is it a 7, 7.5 out of 10 intensity, or have you pushed too far? Okay, and then once you've made adjustments, we're going to bring that right knee into the armpit, hug it into the right armpit, the left knee into the right armpit, then release it, massage. So we should be feeling that in that left hip, bum area down the outer part of the thigh as well. We're breathing, we're smiling, we're here working on helping our body function better. So well done, that should feel good. Okay, now we're going to go hands backwards. We're going to try and bring that right foot towards the left hip. If we can, sit both hips into the floor. And now we're going to keep the hands backwards again. And this might be about as much as what you could get the knees towards each other. And that's, if you're feeling work in the hips and it feels like a good work, like a good stretch, you stay here and just move left and right. Maybe, again, make any adjustments you need to. Bring the left knee towards the right knee. And maybe sit the hands in line with the hips, or maybe come forwards. Now for me, that's pushing into, again, maybe an 8, 8.5. I don't want to do that, or I don't want to be too aggressive. So I'm going to come back to a 7, a nice 7, and then just massage left and right. Breathe. Okay, we're going to walk those hands backwards. We're going to stretch the legs out long, have a little bit of a bounce and a wiggle. And then we're going to bring the feet into touch, the bottoms of the feet touch, but this time we're going to have a good gap between the hips. So we're not bringing the heels right into the hips. We're going to actually take them a little bit further away. Slightly different position work, slightly different parts of the body. We're going to bring the hands down the shins, and wherever your body goes, this is a 7 out of 10, you pause there. So listen. Okay, if you can get to the ankles or the feet comfortably without the body getting to a 7, you could maybe, again, just increase that a little bit by bringing the elbows down. Or you could rest the elbows on the inner legs to just apply some pressure to open those knees. And then again, think about keeping that spine long, push the belly button down into the mat. And then relax the jaw and the shoulders and just really gently sway side to side with a really sort of soothing, nice, gentle mobility, movement, controlling it with the lower back muscles. So lower back stays strong, slightly engaged core. So squeezing your tummy muscles. And you're thinking about pushing your knees down into the floor. That's going to help switch on those outer muscles on the outer part of the hip. Okay, we're slowly lifting the head and chest, coming back up, hands behind the back, stretch the legs out, again nice and long. Have a little bit of a bounce, again feel the after sensations of that work. How do your hips and your hamstrings feel? I'm just going to bend those knees slightly again, coming back to the one that we started with at the beginning. We're going to reach the right hand towards the left ankle. And then the left hand towards the right ankle. A nice little bit of a twist. Again, just feel the difference. Almost 15 minutes in. Does that feel like you've got more movement, more freedom? And there you have it. You can see, again, with consistent practice showing up for your mobility, for your stretching, how your body will function with a little bit more elastic properties rather than stiffness. And it'll feel better. You'll feel less stiff. You'll be able to move more freely. So well done. If you've enjoyed this video, just give it a thumbs up and put maybe a little comment. But thanks for the video. It's taken me a lot longer to get through to every single comment. I'm now just having to not reply to every single comment with a personal reply. So I do apologise about that. It's taken me so much longer. But I am reading every single comment. I'm giving it a thumbs up and a like, just to acknowledge that I've read it, and thank you very much for your comments. I do greatly appreciate it. And if you're interested in working with me as your coach, as you have a last little bounce, have a look in the link in the descriptions below. The coaching options, you are now set up for the rest of your day. Well done for showing up for your stretching, for your mobility work. Have a great day, and I shall see you in the next video.